Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. In today's video, we will analyze the story of the world revealed officially and discover together who the other gods of One Piece are. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, chapter 1138 of the One Piece manga brought incredible revelations, not only about Shanks, as we've discussed here on the channel, but also revealed the legend of the world to us. Where does all this lead us? Maybe it's too early to assert anything, but I think this chapter brought an essential piece to understand the events that shaped the world of One Piece. And more than that, what is about to happen. If the title Harley itself carries a deep meaning, referring to a sacred text, it's because we are dealing with something that goes far beyond simple legends or fishermen's tales. I have a feeling that this book is a more poetic version of what happened in the Lost Century, or perhaps it's an enigmatic record connecting the three great moments of humanity in the world of One Piece. The mural on the Atom Treasure Tree already starts delivering details that were previously scattered throughout the story. The presence of a mermaid princess and a robot resembling Emeth, along with a creature with strange ears, cannot be a coincidence. If we think about it, mermaids have always played a crucial role in the story, especially because of the ancient prophecy that one of them would have the power to command the Sea Kings. Shirahoshi, the current Poseidon, has already proven that this prophecy is true. But what if there was a mermaid princess before her, long ago, who played a decisive role in what happened in the Lost Century? Perhaps this figure depicted in the mural is the first Poseidon, the one who lived over 800 years ago. If that's the case, then we can start drawing parallels between the events of the past and what is about to happen in the present. The connection with Emeth is also intriguing. This giant robot first appeared on the island of the future, Egghead, and raised many questions about the advanced technology that existed in the past. Vegapunk mentioned that this robot tried to attack Mary Joyce many years ago, but no one knows why. If it is present in this ancient mural, perhaps it was a key part of the battle against the original government? Was it a weapon created by the ancient civilization that fought against the founders of the world government? Or was it a guardian serving Joy Boy and his allies? The answer is still unclear, but the fact that it is there indicates that it holds more importance than we imagined. And of course, we have the creature with strange ears. This detail might seem small, but it perfectly fits into a long-standing mystery. The race of Emu and the Gorosei has not yet been revealed, but there has been speculation for a long time that they might be something more than simple humans. The choice of the word strange to describe these ears might indicate that this creature represents an extinct or hidden race. If we take recent events into account, where we saw Saturn transform into a grotesque creature full of horns, I don't think it would be absurd to consider that this painting might be linked to these ancient entities that control the world of shadows. But the real treasure of this chapter lies in the book Harley. Robin, while translating its sacred text, gives us something that seems more like a prophecy than a simple historical account. This book speaks of three distinct worlds, three great ages that define the fate of humanity. The first world, dominated by humanity's desires and marked by the fury of the Earth's deity. The second world, where those who killed the sun became gods. And finally, the third world, where the sun god dances and laughs, bringing with it the end of everything so that a new beginning can emerge. If this isn't a poetic description of the Lost Century and the struggle against the world government, then I don't know what it could be. The mention of the forbidden sun and the sun god right in the first chapter further reinforces the idea that Nika, the god of freedom, was a symbol of hope for the enslaved and oppressed peoples. He appeared, brought hope, but awakened the fury of the earth deity. And who would this deity be? Could we be talking about the entity we now call Emu? Or could this deity be something even older? Something that gave rise to the system that governs the current world? The second chapter mentions something even more curious. Men became gods after killing the sun. This phrase, to me, perfectly sums up the rise of the world government. The 20 kingdoms that united 800 years ago managed to defeat Joy Boy and his allies, erase their history, and place themselves at the top of the hierarchy as gods. The celestial dragons, who now govern the world, are nothing more than the representation of this historical moment when the sun was extinguished. This explains why they see themselves as superior beings, why they live in Mary Joyce above everyone else, and why they treat anyone not from their lineage as inferior beings. But the third chapter is what really intrigues me. It speaks of the promised day, the sound of the fragmented moon, and the sun laughing and dancing while the world reaches its end. Doesn't that sound exactly like what we're seeing now? Luffy, who awakened Nika's power, is dancing and laughing while defying the world government and its allies. The sound of the fragmented moon could refer to something that is yet to happen, perhaps the literal destruction of the Red Line, or the revelation that the moon plays a larger role in the world's story. And in the end, the sun will return and a new morning will emerge. The question is, does this new morning mean Luffy and his allies' victory? Or does it mean that the world as we know it will be completely destroyed before something new is born? Perhaps the book Harley isn't just talking about the past, but also about the future. If that's the case, then this prophecy might be describing the true ending of One Piece. I think this chapter delivers an absurd amount of information, but at the same time, leaves a lot unsaid. The connection between the mural and the book Harley cannot be mere coincidence. If these paintings were fossilized in the Atom Treasure Tree over 800 years ago, it means that those who made these drawings were recording what they saw at that time. Perhaps these people were survivors of the great conflict that marked the end of the Second World and the beginning of the Third. Maybe they were children who witnessed the fall of the ancient civilization and tried to preserve its memory through these paintings. Frankie, upon noticing that the drawings don't seem to depict giants, raises another interesting question. If the painting was made in Elbaf but doesn't show giants, then who was the one who drew this? And more importantly, why did the giants decide to preserve this mural for so many centuries? Do they also have records of this hidden past? Or is it possible that they are somehow part of this prophecy? The fact that Robin is reading this book now may mean that very soon she will have answers she's been searching for her entire life. If this book contains predictions about the future, then it's possible that it also holds clues about the truth of the lost century. And if that's the case, then the moment when Robin shares this information with Luffy could be one of the most important moments in the entire story. In the end, what this chapter gives us is the sense that we are getting closer and closer to understanding the true meaning of One Piece. The sun god, the moon, the great battle of the past, and what is yet to come. Everything seems to be part of a cycle that repeats itself over time. But if the book Harley is right, then this will be the last time this cycle will occur. After the sun dances and laughs, after the world plunges into chaos, a new morning will rise. And when that happens, maybe Luffy and his friends will finally discover the truth that has been hidden for so long. Now, speaking about the devil and its connections with the events we are witnessing, I think it's impossible to ignore the possible ties with Imsama, the entity that seems to rule in the shadows. The devil, or demonio, could be a figure associated with primordial power, perhaps even related to this mysterious being who seems to control the threads of destiny in the world of One Piece. If we take into account the power that the world government has hidden, this makes sense, as there are hints that Imsama may be more than just a simple human, possibly linked to some type of divine or ancestral power. Additionally, another point that stands out is the power of Teach's fruit, the Yami no Mi, the fruit of darkness. It has a direct connection to the idea of manipulating reality itself and even devouring everything around it, including light and other devil fruits. And what if this fruit is actually a manifestation of something much greater? I believe that the Yami no Mi may represent something that aligns with the very power of the devil, perhaps even with the dark forces that marked the origin of the great battle between the world government and those who tried to prevent its rise. The fact that Teach has this fruit and is a growing threat in the world only reinforces the idea that he may be connected to this primordial force of destruction, acting as a kind of avatar of shadows, chaos, and destruction. Now, about the dragon serpent, I think it's impossible not to relate it to Dragon's power, especially considering the presence of figures like the celestial dragons at the center of this plot. Dragon, the leader of the revolutionaries, has always been involved in mysteries and secrets related to the world government and the ancient civilization. I think the dragon serpent may be a symbolic or even literal representation of Dragon's power, something he has not fully revealed yet. If the serpent is linked to the idea of an ancestral or secret power, perhaps it is a manifestation of what Dragon can control, something that has yet to materialize clearly to the public, but which is essential to the resistance against the government. And with all these elements aligning, the final battle that is coming is not just a fight against the world government, but against the cosmic forces that shape the world's destiny. The book Harley, the prophecies, and the figures we already know all point to the idea that the end of this cycle may be more devastating and transformative than we imagine. What awaits us in this new beginning? I believe we are certainly one step away from discovering it. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.